Hello and welcome back. And today we are diving into one of the most powerful tools of overcoming pain and limitations. That is experiential learning and the power of moving with awareness. And we often go about our days on autopilot and barely noticing how we move. And but what if I told you that simply paying attention to your movements and could dramatically shift how your body feels and then functions? Have you ever noticed how subtle changes in awareness can lead to big changes in your body? And let's explore how you can start experiencing these shifts today. If what we covered today resonates with you, and be sure to check out my free masterclass where I go deeper into these principles and show you how to apply them for lasting relief. And you will find the link in the description and the comments below. First, let's talk about experiential learning. And this is the idea that we learn the best by doing and by experiencing something firsthand rather than just thinking about it or hearing someone else explain it. And when it comes to movement, experiential learning means that actively and sensing and feeling your body in motion. And then instead of following rigid instructions, and then you explore how your body naturally wants to move. And this type of learning allows your nervous system to adjust and adapt in real time, and making it a powerful tool for creating long-lasting changes. So why is awareness so important and when we move? And when we bring awareness into our movements and we become more attuned to the subtle sensations and the patterns that we may not usually notice, and this heightened awareness allows us to interrupt habitual patterns that might be causing pain or discomfort, and then instead create the new and more efficient ways of moving. For example, if you are constantly moving in ways that cause a strain, and like tensing your neck or the back, and your nervous system holds on to those patterns and reinforcing them over time. And by moving with awareness, and you can gently retrain your nervous system and to let go of unnecessary tension and an effort, and then explore a new and more comfortable patterns of movement. So now let's explore this firsthand and find a comfortable seat on a chair or on the floor, wherever you are. And we did this one, we actually covered this one in the previous video and briefly, but we're going to go a little bit deeper into this practice of this movement lesson right now. So we're going to do this one together. It's a very, very simple lesson, but it takes your attention. It takes your awareness. So I'm going to move your attention and an awareness into yourself, into your body, away from the screen. So you really pay attention to my verbal guidance. So as a reference movement, we do this one, gentle turning your head to the right side. I'm just randomly picking in one direction, and you're more than welcome to practice on the other side later, but let's stick to the one direction right now. So very, very slowly, you can watch me how slowly I am moving my head. And back. So this is a reference movement. Doing this one so that you can actually, you can feel the quality of the movement, how smoothly your head turns, not necessarily how far you can turn your head, but how comfortably you can turn your head, right? And how easy you can turn your head to the right. So you do that maybe twice slowly, so you know how you turn your head to the right side, how it feels to move your head and turn your head to the right side and come back to the middle. So that's a reference movement we'll come back to after doing awareness through movement right now. Movement is quite simple, but it takes your attention, right? That's the key. And that is how you actually change your awareness through movement. Here, right shoulder, right? So notice your right shoulder right now. So you shift your attention, feel your right shoulder, sense where it is in the space right now. I'm touching my right shoulder, so you can touch it as well. Okay, so this is your right shoulder now. You know, tells the brain This is where it is. And you move your right shoulder slightly backward direction. If you watch, just for a second, if you watch how far and then how slowly I'm moving my right shoulder, you barely notice the movements. It's very small, isn't it? That's as far and as slowly I want you to move. So really now go into yourself and feel your right shoulder moving. Just a few times. So can you sense your right shoulder moving back in space, backward direction, and come back to the middle, back in here. Then after a few times, then you stop. With your left hand, touch your collarbone, your clavicle that is connected to your right shoulder. Right here, right here, right? So now, with your hand, fingers on the outside of your clavicle here, you move your right shoulder back like you did. Then I want you to feel and sense how the clavicle is also moving. As the right shoulder moves back, can you feel the right clavicle is also moving backward? So just a few times, slow and small movements. Now this relationship becomes more clear in your brain, right? Now you slide your hand over to your sternum. That's here, your breastbone. So it goes all the way down and goes up and meet your clavicle here. So with your hand on your sternum, your breastbone, and you do the same movement with your shoulder, right shoulder moving back. Okay, so now that you sensed the clavicle, how it connects to the shoulder, and then now sense how your sternum is moving with your clavicle and the shoulder as it is connected to the clavicle and which is connected to your right shoulder. Can you feel your sternum turning to the right? It takes no effort to do that unless you are doing something to stop it. So that you don't really have to try to move it. Let it move, and then it moves. Okay, now let's expand your awareness. So here, this sternum is also part of your neck. So as you are, now you visualize the connection neck, head, sternum, clavicle, shoulder. So as you move your right shoulder back, and you notice the shoulder, clavicle, and the sternum, they're all moving. And now you begin to make a connection to the neck, which is also part of others. Then if the neck and the head aren't responding or moving with these parts, that means you're doing something to keep it from moving. By letting that go, and then you give yourself a permission that your neck and then the head could simply follow and move. And then your neck and head spontaneously begin to respond and move like that. Okay, so you're really changing the image of your body in your brain by bringing your attention to the different parts of your body as you move. And then your brain begins to update the image of your body, so to speak. After you've done that, so the brain has learned all these connections and relationships. And then you begin to, now you go back to the same movement, which is slowly turn your head to the right side. How's the movement now? It's not the same as when you started first, right? quality of the movement likely changed and improved. And the range of motion, strangely, even though you didn't really work through stretching or any forceful movements, strangely, that you probably find that the range of motion has improved as well. Your head is turning further. Why did that happen? Because the brain has learned something about this neck being part of other parts, right? In the clavicle, sternum, and the shoulder. They're all connected. So as you begin to turn your head, the brain now knows that neck isn't the only part that has to work. Therefore, the movement has changed. So now movement has become more integrated. Easier turn. What's the quality of the breathing now? What's the quality of your comfort in your body? So it really changed how you feel in your body by bringing your attention to your body and you move with your awareness. In this short movement practice, you've just experienced how awareness can shift the way your body moves and feels. And by practicing moving with awareness, you're not just exercising, you are teaching your nervous system to respond in new and healthy ways. And remember, experiential learning is about sensing and feeling and not just thinking. And when you bring awareness to your movements and you give your body the space to create lasting change. If you are ready to dive deeper into the nervous system retraining and the movement retraining, and that can help you overcome pain and the limitations, then check out the link below for my free masterclass. And you will discover how to unlock the joy of moving and then begin to change how your body responds to movement. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.